Hey friends! I hope that you are well. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you had a good week. There's a lot going on in the world right now, and like I said, I just hope you're doing well. Before we get started, if you could like or subscribe below, again, that just makes my heart happy. It makes me know that you're enjoying what I'm doing, and I'm on the right track with something, okay? So, again, thank you for watching these. I hope they're providing you some kind of guidance. And if there is a specific video you would like me to do about a topic, about a place, I will do my best to be able to help you out. So today we are going to Disney's Animal Kingdom. Not really. I'm not going there, unfortunately. I am stuck in New York State, a little outside of Buffalo. For those of you, I know I haven't told you much about myself, but I do live a little outside of Buffalo, and there's just a lot going on in our area right now. But that being said, not going really to Animal Kingdom. So we are going to cover Pandora specifically today and Flight of Passage. Flight of Passage is a very polarizing ride. The line is almost always long, just a heads up there. It has been, and I'm doing this because it has and it hasn't, been one of the individual lightning lane rides in Disney's Animal Kingdom, meaning that you can pay extra to ride the ride, skip the line, or not really skip the full line, like go through basically what used to be the Fast Pass line. Okay, that's what it is. But it always has a long line. I will say the actual queue itself at least isn't boring, but sometimes this line can get up to 3 hours long. And I'm going to let you know the ride itself is only about 5 minutes. So knowing that, before we even get into accessibility, the pros, the cons, if you will, know that this is one of those rides that the line, it's got to be a personal thing. Like the line is long. It's a long line. I've never waited in the full length. I was lucky enough the first time to get Fast Pass, and the second time we paid I think it was $15 and did the lightning lane. So I have never experienced the full queue, but I have seen pictures, I have seen walkthroughs of the full queue, so I can tell you that it doesn't look, it's not like Hagrid's Magical Creatures at Universal that's just boring beyond boring, and it's an awful queue and it's bad for a wheelchair. This is not the case. My understanding is the line itself is very wheelchair conducive. Again, when you get to the line, always good piece of advice to check with the cast members if there are specific protocols within the line. I try to tell you which lines you're going to run into stairs and have to go right or left. This one, from personal experience, I cannot tell you if there are stairs in it until you get towards the end, and then there's always a cast member there to direct you which way to go. So that's not an issue. So that being said, the queue is wide enough for both an electric wheelchair and a standard push chair, and you can go through the whole line beautifully, see everything. Now, the ride itself, it's a very polarizing ride. The ride vehicle reminds me, it like you're riding in a motorcycle, but you're like put in there with some kind of, I don't know, like a clamp. You're clamped into a motorcycle, if that makes sense. But the motorcycle breathes. So it's going to like go out and in when you're sitting there, which is kind of cool, except if you have like issues with that kind of thing. So here's the deal. You have to be able to hold yourself up. You have to be able to sit in like you're riding a motorcycle riding position. Many of my friends in wheelchairs may not be able to do this. And I want you to know that before you wait in a 3-hour line. Okay. Now, if your family's or friends are waiting in that line, you want to wait with them, it's not a boring queue. But that being said, I do want you to be aware of that. Also, before you wait in that line, if you have a fear of heights, this is a ride that you may want to avoid. Okay, it's a similar system to Soarin' and Epcot. So if you've never ridden Soarin', you may have a similar issue. Um, it's not Soarin's is not this weird motorcycle breathing banshee simulator thing, but it kind of is like, think of like a bunch of swings. Like, here's a row of swings, here's a row of swings, and here's a row of swings. And they're all stacked on top of each other in front of a huge, like, IMAX screen. And the swings, because they're like kind of like a swingy thing, they tilt down, they tilt back, but it's all elevated way up. All right. So you're almost like in like some crazy amphitheater sort of thing that has 3 rows. And like, again, if you're afraid of heights, I would not recommend this. So that is just my 2 cents on that. Before the actual ride begins, there's a little bit of like twinkling lights. You may want someone to watch it on a POV before you plan to do this ride, because if you have sensitivities to like a flashing light or anything, the queue is very stimulating. So if you're a friend that has sensory issues or anything like that, this might be a good one for a DAS pass, because the line may not be conducive to some of our friends with those kind of needs. As far as actual mobility, you can bring your chair, if it is a push chair, right up into the ride, but you actually have to transfer. So if you cannot transfer and then be able to hold yourself up on this banshee, unfortunately, you are unable to ride this ride. Now, this makes me very sad, because it is a beautiful ride, but is not conducive. I will also say, depending your body shape and body type, meaning everything from my friends that are really tall to my friends that are very short or petite, to just how you're built with your hips or whatever, you may not fit well in this ride. And I just want to give you a heads up with that. It's a very strange ride vehicle. It's really not conducive to everyone. So I just want you to know that. The ride itself, there will be air that blasts at you. There will be, I believe we get splashed at one point. So be ready for that. And it is beautiful if you can ride it. If you can't ride it, it is a very short ride for the length of the line. So understand that there are other things you can do in Animal Kingdom that are very friendly for people that are unable to get out of their chairs. But this is unfortunately not one of them. The queue is cool. And if your family is going to ride the ride and you want to be with them or your friends, I say go through the queue with them, look at everything. You get to see a avatar person in a tank. The cast members call him Hank in the tank. You'll get to see him. It's impeccably themed. And for that, I give 2 thumbs up. I just wish the ride itself was more friendly for everyone. More inclusive, shall we say, right? So that being said, Pandora itself as a land, I highly recommend. This particular ride, there are a lot of people that are unfortunately not going to feel comfortable or be able to ride this one. Again, it depends on you. It depends on your own situation. But if you have specific questions about the ride vehicle, about the queue, about the ride itself, I can do another video. I just wanted to give you an overview so that you have an idea of when you're planning if this is an option for you. All right, have a wonderful day. I love chatting with you as always. Please like and subscribe below. And I look forward to speaking with you soon. Bye-bye.